The Bad Batch Season 3 trailer is out now and revealed the return of Asajj Ventress, but despite how excited I am to see her again, she was presumed dead at the end of the book Dark Disciple, and it's got me wondering how exactly she would have survived. So in this video, I want to go over my theory on how exactly I believe she survived after all. But before we get into it, welcome back to my channel. My name is Scotty Holiday, I'm a queer creator and a huge Star Wars nerd, so if you're into either one of those things, please consider liking, subscribing, and following me on social media at Scotty Holiday SW for all my latest Star Wars content. For those who aren't familiar with the book, Dark Disciple is a canon Star Wars story set in 19 BBY prior to the end of the Clone War in Order 66. It sees Jedi Master Quinlan Vos team up with Ventress on a mission from the Jedi High Council to assassinate Count Dooku, and at the climax of the story, Ventress sacrifices herself to save Vos, ending with her death. In the book's final chapter, Vos travels to Dathomir accompanied by Obi-Wan Kenobi to give Ventress a proper burial, laying her body to rest in one of the Night Sisters' black pools on Dathomir. And I believe this is the very key to her survival or resurrection. Earlier in the book, Ventress tells Vos the story of how she was reborn as a Night Sister in this very same pool, an event we actually saw play out in the Clone Wars series. After her failed attempts of getting revenge on Dooku for his betrayal in the Clone Wars Season 3, Ventress spent some time away from Dathomir and the Night Sister clan, but eventually returned towards the end of Season 4. In the episode titled Night Sister, Ventress is officially inducted into the Night Sister clan through a baptism ritual where she submerges herself into the pool, then is raised out into the air with Night Sister magic, reborn a Night Sister. After Vos lowers her body into the same pool at the end of Dark Disciple, the book explains, "He blinked. Was the water changing color? Tendrils of mist began to rise, green and glowing. Green like the Dathomir magics Ventress had spoken of. Green like the water of life. With soft whispers of women's voices, enough sound to make out the word sister." Now at the time of the book's publication, I believe this was intended to portray Ventress being welcomed into a Night Sister nether realm or afterlife through the Force, but with her inclusion in the Bad Batch Season 3 trailer and the transformation or rebirth we see Ahsoka go through in the Ahsoka series, this entire event has been completely recontextualized for me. In the Ahsoka series, we see Ahsoka pulled into the world between worlds, saving her from death at the hands of Balin's skull, and guided on a journey or trial by her former master Anakin Skywalker. After passing her trials and choosing to live, she's submerged and reborn in water as Ahsoka the White. In my reaction to Ahsoka Episode 5, I talked about this very scene evoking imagery of a baptism, and when compared to Ventress's Night Sister baptism in the Clone Wars series, the two scenes are very similar, not to mention all the Night Sister inclusion already within the Ahsoka series in general. Since her inclusion in the Clone Wars series, Ventress has long been seen as the foil or mirror of Ahsoka Tano, so seeing her go on a similar journey as Ahsoka would make perfect sense based on their histories. Dark Disciple sees Ventress go on a huge journey confronting her past, learning how to let others in, and learning to let go, ending with her sacrificing herself to save Vos, the most selfless act anyone can commit. So once Vos returns her body to the Night Sister pool, I believe she undergoes another baptism and is reborn through the magics of the Water of Life, which is exactly what Vos describes seeing at the end of the book. As explained throughout the Clone Wars series, Dark Disciple, and even Jedi Battle Scars, the Water of Life was a liquid used by the Night Sisters in their rite of passage rituals, healing spells, and even reanimation. Dark Disciple specifically states that Ventress's body was put into stasis shortly after her death. So between the preservation of her body shortly after she died, paired with her sacrifice and burial within the Water of Life, I believe this is how Ventress survived and was reborn, explaining her appearance and inclusion in the Bad Batch Season 3. According to the article published on StarWars.com about the Bad Batch Season 3 trailer, supervising director and executive producer Brad Rowell stated, "We love Asajj Ventress. She's a character that we've been wanting to tell more stories about. We don't want to spoil anything, but want fans to know that any new storytelling with Ventress will align with the events of Star Wars Dark Disciple." So it seems like the majority, if not all of Dark Disciple, will remain canon after all. But what do you think of my theory on Ventress's survival? Let me know down in the comments, or join my Discord to continue the conversation there. I'll be reviewing every episode of the Bad Batch Season 3 on my podcast, This is the Way Seekers, every Thursday beginning February 22nd at 9 AM Eastern Standard Time. Make sure to like, subscribe, and consider following me on social media at Scotty Holiday SW and at WaySeekersPod for all my latest Star Wars content. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.